Hello. Again, we're going to be covering the daily vehicle condition reports. In this video, we're going to be covering belts and hoses. First thing we want to look at, and this is while the truck is of course cold and off, is the condition of the belts. The belts are usually at the front of the engine, and they're used for running the alternator, the water pump, power steering pump, or auxiliary pumps, or even the air pumps on some of the larger trucks for the air brakes. What you want to look at is the condition of the belts. Okay, I've got one off of a truck here so you can get a better look at them. This truck has what's called a serpentine belt, and this is the action side of the belt. You'll notice it's got kind of some ribs and ridges to it. What you want to look for is tiny little cracks that will start to occur along those ridges. Or if the backside of the belt seems excessively worn, then it's time to get that belt changed out. If you're noticing a lot of squealing when, like, say you're turning left or right and the truck starts to make a lot of squealing noise from the belt, it could be any one of things, including the belt just being worn out. And actually that squealing is the belt basically doing a burnout on one of the pulleys, and that will cause it to wear out prematurely. So if that's the case, then let your local mechanic know, and he will take care of it from there. Another style of belt that some of these trucks have is a V-belt, and they'll have usually, multiple of these, anywhere from 2 to 3 or even 4 sometimes. And same idea, you're going to look at the inside of the belt and see if it's cracked or excessively worn. These belts don't do any kind of rotation on the backside, so that's usually not an area that you need to look at on those style of belts. So that covers belts. Next thing is going to be hoses. You've got power steering hoses, you have cooling hoses for transmissions, you've got intercooler hoses like these. What you're going to look for is, and of course, you got the radiator hoses here. You know, look for leaks that may be occurring where the clamps are at, or if there's cracks in the rubber itself. If they start to bulge or even have like what looks like a blister coming out of the side of the hose, it's time to get that hose swapped out. Leaks are generally the first indicator that a hose is bad. And of course, the next step to take there would be let your mechanic know, and he will get that changed out for you. Make sure nothing is rubbing against them. Sometimes brackets, or like in this case, this truck has a hard line that is right up against a what looks like an upper radiator hose, and somebody previously has put some kind of a wear pad against it. These trucks, as they're running, vibrate quite a bit, and over time this hose or this line could rub against this one and put a hole into it over time. So look for things like that. If brackets have come loose, sometimes things will start rubbing against each other, and that can cause a lot of issues for you down the road. Alright, that covers belts and hoses. Do you ever have any questions? Feel free to ask your local mechanic, and he will take care of you. Thanks.